H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today, it's what's Monday? Wait a minute, it's Monday. Wow, it's Monday, man. It's the last Monday of uh of the year. And I'm sitting there looking at some stuff. Last Monday of the year. Share the show. If anybody shared the show, is YouTube available? Yeah, I think it is. I saw it on YouTube. Yeah, we on YouTube. What's going on over there? I don't see nobody from YouTube that popped up yet. Okay. They popping up now. What's up, man? Happy New Year. Happy holidays. I know I made it back to town. I don't like how my stuff is looking right now. Hold up, man. Hold up, I ain't got my cameras and stuff hooked up yet, right back where I want it yet. Let me see. Trying to make some things happen around here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like certain. What's up? What's up, Daryl Anderson? What's up? That is Moody. What's up, Bethany? What's up, D Holcomb? Where is everybody at? What's going on? Can you hear me? I mean, can everybody hear me? I just want to know if everybody all right? Can you hear me? Talk to me. Let me look. Hold on. You know, let me go look. Let me go look at some stuff. Let me go look and see where everybody at. Let me see where my people at. Cause I miss y'all. I see Keela. Keela, I see you. Keela, I didn't forget about you the other day. They sent it. They found and did it right. What else I got? Okay, I see Mr. Haggard, Brian. Okay, there go Brandon Wheatfall. I'm just trying to see what's going on and make sure everybody. Somebody sent me some interesting stuff over the weekend. That is Moody sent me some stuff, and I want to see how that. And I had to read it because I did. It's a lot of stuff I didn't understand, and I should have called you, but I didn't have time, Thaddeus. But and maybe you can chime in a little bit. I I was thinking about what's up, Daryl Barnes. It's just so much, shout out to LeBron. It's his birthday today. 22 years of in the NBA, 40 years of life. Happy 40th birthday to the king, the self-proclaimed king, and LeBron James. Um, you know what though? I was thinking, me traveling here and going through some things this weekend. Uh, I still have to remind myself, Bethany, and I'm probably got to repeat this at the end of the show because everybody's not here yet. But the key, I still remind myself that every person, that every black person didn't have the luxury of growing up around black people that love black people. Boy, I know that's a hard one to give y'all in the beginning. But I'm gonna let it sit there for a minute. Let it sit there for a minute. I'm gonna let it sit there for a minute, Daryl Barnes. But I'm gonna repeat it one more time. What's up, Matt? Matt, but I still have to remind myself, Matt, that every black person didn't have the luxury of growing up around black people that love black people. And we're gonna get that. We're gonna discuss that a little bit later. But shout out to Colorado. They had a great year. They got mud stomped and Alamo Bowl. I just can't believe they showed up and played like that. It just disappointed me so much. I just couldn't believe they showed up, and I might talk a little bit more about it later. I was just disappointed. I was just disappointed that those guys came in and just beat the brakes off of them like that. Houston Rockets got into some crazy stuff. I think was it last night? Miami Heat got a little fighting and were tussling and fussing, and Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles fighting and tussling and fussing. It's just a lot of stuff. But back to Colorado, they really disappointed me this weekend. And matter of fact, I think I got some stuff from that. And it all started, the Rockets. Share to show somebody, everybody. Thing all started with this. And see, and what I'm having a problem with Fred VanVleet, I'm really having a problem with him. Man, that was 5 seconds, man. And you want this the same VanVleet, and I'm trying to find it. I had a video of him early this year. I must ain't got it. I ain't got it. But I just don't like how he handling these. Man, one of these refs gonna smack the, I don't like that, man. And I know, and that particular Mark Davis, he's an asshole. I mean, he think he Mr. NBA ref. But Fred VanVleet got to watch it, man. I'm trying to find it. Did I have it? Must ain't got it in there. I'm trying to VanVleet. Yeah. Fleet. No, I ain't got it. I thought I had it. Y'all, my bad. But he always talking about the ref and talk about negatives. That's why when the guy bumped him, all these referees know each other, y'all. So when you do stuff like that, they come on, man. That lost him the game. Then right after that, and I don't think I didn't want to put it up there, but then right after that, let me see the Rockets. Did I put it up there? Rockets got the fight. I really didn't, because I can't put too much of that stuff up there because the NBA be acting crazy when you put it up. But y'all can go find it. Yeah, I didn't put it up there. I didn't put it up there. What his name? Amon Thompson just threw Tyler Hero across the like a rag doll. All of this happened right after. All of this was toward the end of the game. And threw him across the floor. Everybody got kicked out of the game. The coaches, the assistant coach, the head coach, the associate, everybody got kicked out of the game. I don't know, but I'm gonna talk about the NBA in a minute. I'm just giving y'all some little things. I'm touching this. Your childhood friend Mark Davis is an asshole. I don't care. You talking about he don't play around. He is him and that other. I forgot his name. I'm gonna think of his name in a minute. They them two of the biggest assholes in the NBA. Guys like that don't even need a job in the FA. I don't care. You talking about he don't play. He's a butthole. I'm serious. And y'all know I try to be halfway nice. I'm trying to find him. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found him. Here, watch.
Get it done. And Portland bouncing back after getting blown out last night. They're going to get this win. Now, Fred VanVleet was just thrown out of the game.
Fred has got to be careful. Hopefully he didn't make contact.
You can't do that. You can't do that. I just, what is wrong with these players? Bob, what's wrong? Bob, what happened to Colorado, man? They got mud stomped by, I swear I saw you pop up on the screen. Man, they got stomped. But that is Moody talking about Mark is a childhood friend. He don't play. He's still a butthole. I just don't like, I promise y'all, man, when I see that guy, and I got to watch how I talk about it in NBA, because I have to watch it. I don't really have to watch it because they don't, I'm not affiliated with as much as I used to, so I don't. But I'm gonna tell you why. I got a good thing. But let me keep going. I'm just giving you an overall view of what anything y'all. Hold up. if anything that y'all want to talk about that happened over the weekend, put it up there. If y'all want to talk about, I know a lot of y'all love high school basketball. If y'all got something up there, put it up on the screen. I'll talk about it. Put it up on the feed. But I'm just going over some things that I saw. My overview. Just some things that I saw, and I was just thinking about this kid, Stephen Curry. Y'all know how I feel about him. I love him. My favorite player. Right now, one of my favorite players. Yes, yes, yes. But I was thinking about it. I was just thinking about it. Because I've been watching this game a long time and covering this game a long time. And nowhere in history. Hold on, I'm trying to find something for y'all. I try to look out for you. Uh, but nowhere in here. Oh, I wanted to make this bigger. Can y'all help y'all hold up a minute. I'm trying to fix my gadget. I'm back home, so I got to fix my gadgets back to where I used to have them. And all of my settings have been moved. And when you travel, your stuff be moved. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't troubleshoot. I was just glad to be home. Y'all, but I saw something. I'm trying to see. Did I put it up there already? But I look at something. I watch Stephen Curry, right? And if you're gonna watch listen to the broadcast of TSU this year, I'm gonna talk a lot about gravity. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I use this term gravity. He was there. Okay, I use this term gravity where a player so good, everybody just gravitate toward them. So if 3 people is on Stephen Curry right now, that's called gravity. Nobody in history of NBA has ever seen these type of defenses, y'all, that have been thrown at Steph. All due respect. I'm just watch y'all. This 3 guys, they gravity. Who gonna have gravity in the SWAC? Who gonna have gravity in the SWAC? When I'm calling game, or when I'm watching games, when y'all watch games, watch the gravity. And you know what? I got something for y'all. I got something. But I was looking, and then he made a play the other day that's just, I'm gonna give you different angles of it. If the NBA get mad at me, I'm gonna give you different angles.
Final 3 seconds. Step between the whole roster and threw it in. Are you kidding me? That should count for more than 2 points.
Y'all, I'm just, this guy, man, this man is just he's 36 years old now. But I'm just watching when I see stuff like this. Y'all tell me when y'all see it and send me a picture of it at chopshophtx@gmail.com. I just, when I see stuff like that, I think it's over here. When I see stuff like that, it's just look at it. It's 3 guys. It ain't but 5 of them, so it ain't but 5 guys on the team. 3 of them on one, so somebody got to be wide open. This what I call making other players better. So if you can't hit a wide open shot, a wide open layup, then that's on you. But he did his job. He drew 3 guys. Y'all, that don't happen that often. But let me keep going. Let me keep going. See, people ain't gonna bring that up to you. Robert Hatter gonna do it. But let me keep going. I got some more. Let me keep going now. Then watching the Commanders in the Atlanta game the other day. After the game, great game, overtime game. Jaden Daniels won. And I go and look, because I've been to this stadium several times. And these people are passionate about this sorry-ass team, and now this team is good. When the team was just terrible, these fans, the Washington Redskins, and now they're the Washington Commanders, they had a terrible, horrible owner who just didn't care about the franchise, and them people still showed up. And a lot of them look just like the people on this screen. But as they were exiting the stadium, watch this. I got a question. Last year, did y'all walk out? All you Houston, Sonya Billings, all you Houston, did y'all walk out of there talking about what's the boy? CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud. Did y'all do that? Them folks up there are rapping. I know y'all some fans up here in Houston, but y'all, them some of us in that crowd. A lot of us. But somebody asked a question, and I'm gonna go back to it because your stuff is way more important than mine. Then Brandon saw. Brandon said you thought. Somebody said. He said, "Did you see the Florida State head coach sued by the players?" Yes, I did. Big coach. I'll talk about that. Favre said BYU was a better team. I don't know. Why are they a better team? Tell me why they were a better team. You come on now. Listen to what you said. BYU was a better team. The Buff didn't come to play. Which one was it? Which one was it? Is the BYU a better team? If BYU a better team, they're just a better team. I just didn't see BYU. I watched BYU play this year. I didn't see them as just a better team. And maybe I was seeing wrong because I loved Colorado so much. Colorado should not get much stomped like that. Yeah, I got a new term, much stomp. But then I'm gonna come back. He said, "You see the Florida State head coach." Oh no, you said Miami's decision to play Cam one half. I don't like the way they are portraying him. What you don't like? Because I don't know what happened, Ricky. What you don't like, how they're portraying him. Tell me what you don't like. I don't understand what you're saying. Let me put it on the screen. Ricky Scott said Miami's decision to play Cam one half. I don't think it was Miami's decision to play Cam one half. Just me being around this business a long time. Cam didn't even have to play. It was Cam's decision to play. Let me repeat that. Cam didn't have to play, Ricky Scott. He didn't have to play. He could have did like the rest of them other guys be doing. But what they're saying is he played the first half and broke his personal record and then just didn't play the second half, didn't care about the team. He could have not played at all. You follow me? Help me out, Ricky, because I don't. Hey, Miss Gwen, how you doing? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Happy holidays to you, young lady. Ricky Scott, he said, I was wondering if it was his decision, then why did he do that? Brandy, that's a good question. Brandy, I don't know Cam enough. I don't know what happened, but that I wish he wouldn't have just didn't play at all. And it was okay to not play. It's okay. What's up, Jay Jackson? And Favre said Cam wanted the record and took him to, then guess what? Then you open yourself to scrutiny. You follow me? You open yourself to scrutiny when that happens, Bob. I don't know. You know, I don't like to just speculate. I'm just being 30 years in this business and watching this. I know that Cam did not have to play if he didn't want to. He could have elected not to play easily. So I don't understand the decision to play. If you wasn't going, it's crazy, man. It's just I can't. I can't. Like what the people say, I just can't do it. I don't know. But you know that's his business, and I mean, God bless him. And but I know every team that he go and interview for, every team is going to ask him this. Every team. is going to be a question. And how he answered that question is going to be very, very, very important. Good one. Y'all got any more? Anybody got something else? Gwen, you got anything that happened that you saw? But let me keep going. You know what? Jimmy Carter passed over the weekend. And you know, and I was thinking about him. He's 100 years old. He said he had said that he couldn't wait. He wanted to vote for Kamala Harris because he wanted to vote for the next first woman president, and that didn't happen for him. But I was thinking about him, and I saw this post. They said he saw the Great Depression. He saw Jackie Robinson play in person. He witnessed World War II. He saw the Civil Rights Movement. He witnessed 9/11. He witnessed the pandemic ravage the world. But after 100 years on this planet, just somebody being petty said, he never seen Joel Embiid make a conference final. That's low down. That's low down. That's low down. Somebody sent that to me, and I'm going to let them know that's low down. Matt Kim said, yeah, I said the same thing. He should have played. If you start, then you need to finish. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I agree, Kim. But Kim, Kim, I've learned I don't get in this, Kim, I watch this league and I watch sports and Kim, I'm going to give you something to take to your the barbershop, the beauty shop. If anybody like football and they talk about football, but I watched I watch these professional teams. I'm watching what happened. That stuff that's happening up there in Sacramento. It's a hot mess. Hotmess.com. Mike Brown just got get fired up there, and the players making all them dumbass mistakes and terrible, and they fired a coach. But I understand they just gave him an extension, but fired a coach. But I'm gonna get there. I didn't mean to jump the gun, but I'm all y'all. There's just so much stuff going on. But I look at this picture 2 years ago. This is where Bryce is playing now. Bryce Young is playing at the Carolina Panthers. 2 years ago, these two coaches, these two players right here, first picks down in the draft. I know Baker was the #1 pick. Sam Darnold was close. But these two quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, have combined for 78 touchdowns this year. Because Baker is at another team. He's with Tampa Bay, and Sam Darnold is with Minnesota. Listen, y'all, coaching and confidence are more important than skill set. 2 years ago, these same guys was ran out of this city saying they couldn't play here, and they kept drafting quarterback. Draft Bryce Young, keep drafting quarterback. It's the organization. I keep telling y'all, it's important what organization your kid go to. Shedeur Sanders, it's going to be very important what organization you go to. And Dion, I know you're going to monitor that situation because if you go to the right, just 2 years ago, they called them two guys a bust. And these two guys had 78 touchdowns between them with these two prospective teams this year. Okay? I want to give you that one. She said, what are my thoughts on Miami head coach retiring? Do you think the portal is impacting older school coaches' ability to adapt to this new platform? Absolutely. So it's absolutely, these guys been doing it. That man been coaching for 40 years. Shaniqua, can you imagine what Jim Boeheim, I'm not, that Jim Larinaga has been through 40 years now. Think about it, 40 years. It's been his way for 40 years. Now the rabbit got the gun. These guys can't adapt to that. Think about this, Shaniqua. Put it in your terms. You've been used to treat it and doing things your way for 40 years. And then somebody gonna come and try to tell Shaniqua how to do something different, and she got to do this. And come on, Shaniqua. See, sometimes we got to put it where the goats can get it. We got to put it in our laps. Say, how would I feel? And guess what? He just said, and you know what? And people messing with him and talking about him, but Mike Krzyzewski said the same thing. What's my boy from Villanova? He said the same thing. All of these guys is saying the same thing. They don't like this. They don't like the black athlete having the power. That's what they're saying. I could tell you to take your ass home to your mammy. It ain't nothing you can do now. But some of these athletes are overdoing it because I guess they say, I got the gun now. I'm finna just kill everybody. I'm gonna kill everybody. I don't like that. That's what I was talking about in the beginning, and people thought I didn't want. I didn't want NIL. No, I know how people are. Y'all, I've been dealing with people all my life. My livelihood had to do with dealing with people. I had to come into your house. You barely know me, and had convinced you to let me guide your son's future for 30 years. I had to come and convince you. And some of them people were crazy as hell. But I'm in their homes and their shit. I want to represent their son. So I know how crazy the climate is with players and mamas and cousins and all that. And so it's a unique dance you have to play, with Shaniqua. And these parents ain't. Let me tell you something. And these parents are different. That's why Shaniqua, I could still go and try to represent players right now. Shaniqua, I got out of it for the same. I just didn't like the layers. I used to could come, Shaniqua, and talk to you and your husband and your son, and we'll make a decision there. But the strength coach, I had to talk to the strength coach, the free throw shooting coach, the 3-point shooting coach, the AAU coach, the AAU coach Mammy, the AAU coach Hova. I had to go through 100 to get to the player. I got so sick of that stuff. I told you, it's a guy signed with me in Houston without his mom and dad, but he was 21 years old. He can do what the hell he wanted to. But me, with myself, I said, no, I don't feel right. Let's go. I want to talk. I want to meet your parents. I flew all the way down to St. Louis. Met the parents, Shaniqua. I walk in the house. The mama was nice. Love her to death. But the daddy, big 300-pound mama, coming there looking at me crazy as hell, mean as hell. And said, that MF signed with you, didn't it? Called his son a MF right there in front of me. Ain't nobody never did. That's disrespectful. Dude, you don't even know me. And telling me that MF signed with you, didn't I? Said, yes, he did. But guess what? I ain't give him a chance to say nothing else. I just went into my spiel. I went into my presentation. And the mama was like this. Mama was like, I see why my son made the decision to go with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I never forget. The boy and the dad was looking at each other to have much tension. When I left that, I knew I wasn't going to represent him. I might represent him for a little while, but I knew it wasn't going to be right. I just knew it was. I was telling my partner, I said, man, we ain't going to get him. That's that. Then I found out later, Shaniqua, the daddy had been paid already by another agency to deliver the son. But the son wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to deal with the dad. So I never want to break up no family. Ever, ever, ever. Some of them other agents, they don't care. Forget the mama, I can't do that. I wasn't raised like that. But I'll never forget it. So it's just a different era. And it just made me say, man, I took care of guys so great that people couldn't believe. And I put an option for him to get out of his contract, Shaniqua. when he became a certain age, because I said, well, shit, we can go back in. When you put an option in, that means you can go back in to get more money. But right when it's time for him to do the option, him and his friend, a lot of his friends got together and got with another agent and conspired for him to leave me during the option year. The guy who put the option in there for him to go and get them some more money, having 2 more years left on this contract. Shaniqua, the man sent me a damn termination letter. Didn't call me. I got the termination letter, get on a plane, flew all the way out to where the hell the ass was. He dodged me a couple of times. I finally called him. I said, I can't keep doing this. These people just ain't. I don't care how much money they making. These people ain't right. Kids coming to your college. Coaches lying, talking about how much they paying you NIL. You worried about NIL more than you worry about the NFL. You worried about NIL more than you worry about the NBA. The industry has changed. And you got to have, you just got to be just as harsh as they are to keep doing it. Because if you're anywhere, got any integrity, you can't be around that shit. I mean, it's bad. And listen, I'm being nice because I'm on the air. But if you catch me when we're not on the air, I can really, really, really tell you something. Okay? Because my goal for this year, from then on out, I'm not even going to curse no more on this show. But then somebody said, I can't believe Travis Hunter signed with Lil Wayne. Why not, Brandon? I mean, Mr. Wheatball, why you can't believe he didn't? Lil Wayne was at the Heisman ceremony. Why? Trent said, coaching matters. Look at CJ. League has figured. Good point. He said, rest in power, Greg Gumbel. Yes, he's someone he watched. He said, I understand coaching leaving. I don't blame him. Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, y'all, it's Elliot Bill. What's up, Doc? Change is always messy. Not necessary. Change is not always messy. Change is good. Hold up. If somebody change your salary and bump your salary up to 50,000, that's not messy. Matt Maher, change is good. Former FSU player, I know they suing. We'll talk about it in a minute. She said, so what is the solution? There has to be some regulations put in place. Let me tell y'all something. This thing, you got to realize, Shaniqua, this thing happened. This NIL happened in a way that the NCAA, who governs this stuff, they just wasn't prepared for it. They didn't think they was going to get ruled against. I don't know what the hell they was thinking about. The NCAA ain't gonna suffer. People gonna still play basketball. People ain't nobody suffering. Jim Larinaga quitting, he ain't suffering. I don't think people gonna suffer. It's just that it's got to be. It was the Wild Wild West, and that's what's. And Shaniqua, you wasn't watching the show, but I used to get into it with Chris Walker a lot because he thought I did not want. NIL to happen. No, I just know, Chris, you ain't been doing what I've been doing for 30 years. You've been coaching and you've been coaching and doing it, but I've been on another side that I know when these players and their families are not equipped to understand this is a business for all of us to be able to benefit. Now these players just thinking about themselves and they don't care about nobody else, their teammates or nothing. So it's great. They would not, these guys leaving their teammates because they didn't get the NIL that they said. I told y'all, I tell y'all to share this show. If y'all been sharing this show good enough, it's millions of other people would have known, like I told y'all a long time ago. Hey, this NIL ain't all that it's cracked up to be. Whatever money you get, you better get it in the front in the beginning, because that's all the money you might be getting. If you understand that going in, See, I try to give y'all an informed decision, but you know, we got other people on this show who they think they know it all. They ain't listen. But share this show to somebody. And they would have known this. It bothers me when people watch this show all these years, and I can talk about their son a million times on this show, and then when I stop talking about him, he don't get no love no more. He ain't done shit. Stuff, nothing. I didn't want to cuss. He ain't done nothing. Gosh. So it ain't solution. I don't know the solution. And it ain't for me to have a solution. Only thing we can do is have more people watch this show. And young man, I don't know what you're going to this college for. But if it's NIL solely, make sure if they promise you some money, you want the money up front. That's the only way. Because guess what? If I give you that money up front, and your little ass ain't going to class, and you ain't doing this, and you causing me harm and the school harm, then I'm going to want some of that money back. See, y'all, we ain't talked about that. We ain't talked about that. Bethany said, similar to the whole Marshall team, reportedly headed to the portal to follow coach from Southern Miss. No, nothing wrong with that. NCAA done. I doubt if they still be in existence. No, they're not done. They're not done. Too much stuff going on for it to be done. Too much stuff to go on. They need to restructure. They need to get better people in the NCAA that understand this stuff. NCAA at the biggest pimp. Let me tell you something. They ain't, you know, I got a question. I got a question. You said the NCAA is the biggest pimps. Kids getting paid and they don't have to pay them. They convince others to do it and still walk away with billions. Bob, what's the difference? What's the difference? Just help me. It's a question. What's the difference in Robert Hatter giving an event here in Houston? Okay? With high school age kids, basketball team. And I'm charging the teams, I'm charging the players' mamas to get in. I'm charging them. Now the players are my talent that's making me be able to charge. But I'm not paying the player. I'm charging the mama and dad and the cousin and everybody to get in. What do you call that? Call it free enterprise, right? That's what the NCAA is doing. If they're able to do it, but the antitrust exemption that they risk losing is the reason for some of this change, because the Supreme Court ruled against them. So don't just look at the NCAA. It's a lot of other industries that does this. But James Boogie said, uninformed parents, uninformed. James Boogie. But I've been on this show for 7 years, giving these parents this game for 7 years. And y'all won't share, not you, but y'all won't even share it. But y'all will share what Shannon Sharp and Cat Williams was talking about. Y'all share with the ignorant ass stuff Stephen A. Smith be talking about. Y'all will share all this other stuff. But you won't share this show and then wonder why these same athletes and their parents don't understand it. Yes, it's hard to deal with them, but guess what? They need to be educated on. They ain't got nothing. Y'all got to realize a lot of these people ain't never had nothing before. And I ain't mad at them for wanting nothing. Everybody should, the coach shouldn't just be, I was in the era when I had to do a lot of stuff for my athletes, and I had to risk, and it wasn't nobody giving nobody nothing to entice them, but them folks needed stuff. The boy goes to the NCAA tournament. His mom and them can't get there. He ain't got money to get there. They ain't got money to get there. For years. I've been in this business for 30 years. Figure out a way to pay them. But this collective stuff is the worst. Do people know? They don't, hey, for just cause you got 100 clients, what does that mean? What did that mean? Fa, help me. What does that mean? Do people know that young talk to me. What does that mean? Because you got 100 clients. What does having 100 clients have to do with anything? The man said he just can't believe he signed with them. What does having a lot of clients? Hold up. Huh? Help me out. What does that mean? What does it mean? I ain't never looked into their clients. And they sent me some information saying they got 45 NFL players. So you mean, what are other 55 clients? Where other clients come from? 55 clients at? I'm just asking because you got to realize when you put this up on the feed, everybody might not agree with what you said. So I want you to be concerned. You saying they're not ready for the conversation? Okay, but let me keep going back. Let me go back, Coach. Let me keep going. Yeah, let me keep going. She said, I'm not against the NIL and the athletes having the ability to make money off their name, image, and likeness, and coaches and universities have done for decades. However, we can't have amateur sports run like it's professional. It's not amateur sports anymore, Shaniqua. I'm a parent of a D1 athlete, so I get it. There are just no regulations. Yeah, you got to just wait till there are regulations. But a lot of people don't like regulations. I don't want the government to stand in. The government is doing too much government. Government is too big. Now you're looking for the government to stand in. There's just no regulations. You're right. You should have got this mad when the Trump organization took the regulations off of meat packing countries, companies. Said, we ain't gonna police y'all no more. Y'all just do whatever you have. That's why them people died up at Boar's Heads up there, because people take regulations. I like regulations too. Kids can transfer from different schools. Yes, because they haven't been able to do it. So it's gonna take years. It took years for them to build this up. It's gonna take years for us to take it down. I mean, we can sit here and complain about the system is now broken and it's scary. It's not scary. What's scary is sad to watch. Hold up. What is scary and sad to watch? Give me that part. I don't know. I ain't seen nothing scary. She said coaches can no longer coach. They're just managing talents. Kids who deserve to play don't get to play. I don't believe in that now. Kids deserve to play. What you mean by deserve? You sound like a mama now. You sound like a parent now. When anybody say that deserve, my antennas. Kids who deserve to play but don't get to play. If your ass can play, you're going to play. because they paid this kid millions to come to the school so that kid better than your kid. If it wasn't, they'd have paid your kids the million. High school players are getting the short end of the stick. No, they're not. I don't think the high school players are getting the short end of the stick. All it's telling you is high school players got to be exceptional now. But let me keep going. And Brandon Weefall said it's not a smart decision. Brandon Weefall, I like that. I like that. These kids have no ties, like Herb said, to the universities no more. And listen, listen, I'm for get it, whatever you want to get. But me, if I say I'm coming to your school, y'all got to understand, this happened to me. My son, coach, got fired after his junior year. Everybody contacting him talking about transferring. Shaniqua. And the people that I found out, I said, man, you call my son again, we're going to have a problem. We finishing. We didn't go up here for no damn basketball. We came up to here to be a captain of industry. Basketball is the vehicle that got us here. Well, I can sit out a year then. You ain't sitting out a year to do nothing. You're going to play for this new coach. And you're going to finish and you're going to graduate and you're going to go out and seek whatever you want in your life. Everybody don't think like that. Kevin Freitman. He was on the show back then. He was one of our charter members. Him and that Walter Yates, boy, I love them two guys. I said it, y'all, the NIL is going to be crazy. I don't know how many years ago, Shaniqua. People look like me. I said, man, Shaniqua, I did like you. Well, we got to have some parameters, man, because it's going to be like the Wild Wild West. That's the words I use, Shaniqua. I knew it was going to be this bad. I knew it. But my love and my demand that I want the kids to be able to have the same the power as the coaches. I said, okay, but it's gonna be crazy, y'all. And if we let that genie out of the bottle, I think I use it. It's gonna be hard to put it back in. So I don't have no solution. I don't have no solution that I would print and put it on this feed so somebody else can use it. They pay me, Shaniqua. I'll find a solution. I ain't getting it to them free no damn more. How about that? Yeah, thank you, Shaniqua. What's up, Lakeisha? Lakeisha, this millions of people need to be on this feed talking about this right now. NIL money has terms and conditions. Student athletes had to live up to those terms. Absolutely. But they're not. So who are you going to sue? You're going to sue your student athlete? You're going to sue your student athlete professional? Harold Tillman? Some of these parents are arrogantly ignorant, to which make it hard to want to help them. Yes. 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 Man, some of these people, y'all gotta realize now. Y'all gotta realize now. You know, I don't never call no names, but it's sometimes there's some people brought some people around me. Their son was McDonald man. You know what I told them after meeting the mama? You know what I told them? I don't want to represent him. I ain't never called them two mamas back again in life. And then guess what? I promise you, I wish I could tell you the names. Oh my God, I wish I could tell you the names. If Kevin Freitman was smart enough, he'll figure out who it is. But These two mamas had high level players as sons, but I met the moms and we got a chance to sit and talk. And a friend of mine was trying to introduce me to them. I said, man, thank you, but no thanks. I don't want to represent them at all. But how did it work out for the last New Orleans rapper that tried to? That's different, Herb. This Young Money program is different. I wouldn't say it's and just because y'all hear stuff, but I've explained this on the show. Even the what's his name, Master P experiment. Hey, Master P had Leland, I think Leland Mackerel, or Leland Mackerel, or something like that. Wharton School of Business graduate, smart guy. He just didn't understand the business of sports. Lawyer, smart. And what he did, he put a lot of incentives. If Ricky was healthy and made all them incentives, y'all would have thought he was a genius. I know y'all ain't heard that one before, because y'all been listening to what people say. I messed around and looked at the contract through the Players Association. If Ricky had reached them incentives, but he didn't. So that's why it made the deal look bad. It was incentive laden. Now, the reason I wouldn't have did it because it's pro football. In pro football, you got the propensity to get hurt. So guess what? I want all the money I can get right away. And I want to get out of my rookie deal into my veteran deal. So anything I can put in that first contract, I'm giving y'all a secret. Anything that I can, Young Money, anything you can put in that first contract that they will allow you to do to get you into your veteran contract, which is limited restrictions, that's what you want to do. Damn, I gave y'all that one for free. But this is not the same. I don't know much about this, but the little I do know about Young Money, they got some people over there that know what they're doing. Nicole Lynn, the girl who went, the lady who represented Jalen Hurst, she was over there first, but she left and went to Rich Paul. Excuse me, not Rich Paul no more. Clutch, United Talent Agency, Clutch. We're gonna talk about Leonard Hamilton. I'm just trying to work something out. High school players have to be exceptional. They deserve to play. That deserves to play. That's all that deserve to play. Don't nobody deserve to play. Nobody. Nobody. She said, not my kid's experience. She's good. No. We ain't talking about your kid. Listen, I wasn't personalizing. When y'all put something up here, listen to me. I'm not personalizing it. I'm just giving you my experience, 30-something, 40 years in this business experience. I'm not know nothing about your systemation and nothing about nobody's kid. All I'm telling you is people were telling my son to, transfer. Shut that down. Shut that down. Shut that down. I said, you didn't come up here to play on a team. You came up here to own a team. I want to hear that. But let me keep going. Okay, y'all ain't saying that. Y'all ain't saying, okay. I'm just saying, there's nothing, Shaniqua, I wish, like I tell you, Shaniqua, I'd come up with a solution. But they got to pay me. But let me keep going. I got something else for y'all. I'm not finna keep getting this stuff away. uh, do y'all want to talk about it? Yeah, because they put it up there. In a landmark filing, 6 former FSU basketball players are suing Seminoles coach Leonard Hamilton for over $1.5 million in unpaid NIL cash that they say he promised them. The complaint details a whole team-wide boycott of this coach and a practice last season over. Oh, it happened last season too. That's why they've been so terrible. Okay. Then they said the plaintiffs have alleged Hamilton promised each of them $250,000 and 6 players from the coach's business partners. Leonard Hamilton, if you did that and then you weren't planning on paying them dead kids wrong, you're wrong, bro. You're wrong. But the 6 former Florida State players filed a lawsuit Monday against the former coach over unpaid promises. It's a legal complaint. I ain't gonna even call the guys' names. I'm just going down. The players never received the payment despite Hamilton promising them the money to each of them on the team in 2023, 24, in 2 separate team meetings, as well as individual conversations with some players and their families. Several players transferred to Florida State under the assurance that they would receive money. I'm giving y'all this information so y'all won't have your kids doing this dumb stuff. Let me keep going. Wow. As the evidence of the NIL promises. Kevin Freeman, what did I say a couple of years ago? A few years ago. What did I say, Kevin Freeman? Kevin Freeman, keep putting it up on the screen. Multiple text messages and exchanges among players, between players and Hamilton, and between players and Willie Cowan, an executive on the Florida State's NIL collectives. The collectives is the problem. See, what this name, image, and likeness was planned on. Listen, let me help you out, Shaniqua, in case you didn't know. This what name, image, and likeness was the basis and the bedrock it was founded on. Allowing your son, your daughter, the ability to be able to monetize its name, image, and likeness through endorsements and what have you. When there are man, I miss Walter Yates. You can put that picture up there. That wasn't name, image. This collective is a different thing. Shaniqua, did you get that? So, when your son is talented enough, like Travis Hunter, that these people would pay him for the use of his name, image, and likeness. Like Shadur Sanders, these people would pay you for your. That's what it was designed to do. For you to get your people, whoever, to go out. But what these colleges said, now, man, we gonna cheat. We gonna circumvent this system. We gonna say, legally, we gonna have a collective. Hold on. Watch this, Shaniqua. We gonna create a collective that we can pay our players. But what happened, Shaniqua, it was fine and dandy till the U.S. government told them that you can't, when you donate to the collective, you can't write it off. If you know anything about what rich folks, especially rich white folks, they always want something. If they pay something, they want to write it off. If you ever notice, see, I'm a plane buff and I'm a plane geek, right? Do me a favor, go on YouTube and just find an airport, private airport, and the private landings of planes. They'll show you how the private plane, they'll tell you who owned the plane. All the planes are owned by a company, not an individual. Ain't not one plane Oprah Winfrey plane, Tyler Perry's plane ain't owned by it. It's owned by the company. So the collective, they say, y'all, you can't write this off. So they'd have to just be really giving that money. Just give it. They're gonna just, that's why them collectives run short. Because don't nobody want to give that type of money. Just give it away. You follow me? And then they'll say they're gonna give it, then they don't give it. And then the school looks and say, man, I need that bread. They ain't got it. Even at Memphis, Penny had to do his own fundraising. Everybody come to my house. In order to come to my house for this fundraising thing, you got to give a certain amount of money. So it's unique. See, that's why these billionaires are coming and trying to buy into the football programs. You know why? Because if you give to the football program for a building, for something to build a stadium, that's a tax write-off. But the collective ain't. So now they just trying to figure out. See, they got their homeboy in there now. So now they got to figure out the new tax code. But forget that. Players. If you got these little so-called rinky-dink ass agents out here, put them to work. You say you want to be my agent? You got the right to use my name, image, and life. See, the problem is everybody going for the big dollar. It's all right. Listen, it's all right to go 250. Give me 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, that add up. Because your name, image, and likeness. Now, if you get great, then the corporate people the Adidas them gonna come at you. The other people gonna come at you. But you got to be great because they got professional athletes they can deal with. Not y'all. They can go with the best athletes in the world. So if they giving you an endorsement, shout out. So we got a man on here right now that does dabble and issues name, image, and likeness. The Anthony Lawrence collection. Y'all, we got a guy that does that on our show with certain college kids around the country. But let me get back to Leonard Hamilton. Let me see what they said. I'm just going. They said in one of the most striking revelations. Yeah, they add up that is Moody. 1,000 here, 1,000 here, 1,000. What? Your ass wasn't getting nothing. Now, I ain't talking about Shador and them now. I'm talking about the rank and file players. That's what they call y'all. That's what they call them. They told me that. I don't call y'all that because I love all y'all. But let me go. I'm in this article. He said in one of the most striking revelations, FSU players said they boycotted a practice on February 14th, game against Duke. They walked out of the gym doing practice to show their frustration over unpaid NIL promises. And they intended to boycott the game as well. Then the claim said Hamilton had discovered the plan, and in the meeting room, in the team's film room, he reemphasized that the money would be in the player's account the very next week. I don't know, this article. Players competed in the game, losing to Duke, 67 and 76. 76 and 67. Dyslexic. In several messages to Cowan and in a conversation with Hamilton, the players communicated that they needed the money to pay taxes. To pay taxes on what? Evidently, you done got some. What you paying tax? See, y'all, when they write stuff, I think should equal. The players said they needed money to pay taxes, so they must have got some money. But they get the other money to pay the taxes, pay rent and condos, and that they were tired of the lies. How are you in tax problem already? See, I didn't read the article. I wanted to read it in real time with y'all. I hadn't studied it. I'm just reading it with y'all. Who is educating these young men? Whose responsibility do you think it is to educate them? I'm like Prime. I think it should, every freshman should take financial literacy. Let me tell you something, Shaniqua. 18 and 23-year-olds are smart. Not all of them don't know because they've been groomed. Some people have parents that groom them. But then, like you said, some people don't. So them, see, Shaniqua, I think you're trying to save the world. But who is educating you? Who gonna educate your son? Who gonna educate your daughter? See, we depend on other people to educate our folks. That's our damn problem. I give you a show, 2 hours of my time every day to educate y'all, and some of them still won't share the show with their friends. Shaniqua? If a kid needed this kind of education, this show been on air for 7 years. I give out the Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. Who is educating them? I get them with somebody that'll educate them. I know, heard. Believe you me, I know it. I know where they need the money from. So guess what? If you need the money to pay the taxes on the land, like Herb would say, then you are poor management of it. Because first of all, somebody should have told you to take this money, a certain amount of money out, man, at least take 30% out and just don't touch it. And just use that 70% because Uncle Sam finna come get it. That's just. But y'all think listen, I really hope y'all don't think I tell y'all to share the show for me. I know some people out there just don't know no better. I know. I know. But let me keep going. He said the players communicated that they need the money, right? Then they said the money situation, they sent us text. This money situation is weighing on a lot of the guys and affecting guys on the court. And explained that how in the hell a money situation affecting you on the court? Maybe I'm too old school. This is what the text says. And explained that he was trying to get the guys to understand the delay in payment, but it's hard. They have been told 250 grand. But I got a question, Shaniqua. If you offered, they can take it at school. Ain't nobody never. So you saying it should be enforced and be made and mandatory because they can go and take financial classes. Any freshman. See, y'all, yeah. I don't think some of the comments, y'all don't be understanding. Where they go to class. Will they go to class? But let me get back to this. But keep on talking. FSU finished the season 17-16 and 10-10 in the ACC. The 76-year-old man too, who has a salary of $2.5 million a year as part of a 5-year contract. He struck with the deal. So he got his money. He's in his 37th season as a head coach. Let me tell you something, Coach. Coach Hamilton. I've met you. We've talked. You were one of the schools that people contact me about going to your school, my son. I said, I'm finna leave Ithaca. Wait a minute, not me. He gonna leave Ithaca to go to Tallahassee. You gotta be at your rabbit mind. But y'all, a wise man told me, Coach, you make $2 million a year, man. Man, you got to do something. What kind of dude is you, Coach? If you can give these boys something, you make $2 million a year. Y'all, I'm trying to say something that I can't say, and I just hope y'all getting it. You making $2 million a year. You done promised me $250,000. Man, pay it out of your own damn pocket. Because if you win, you're going to get another raise. See, ain't nobody put that up on the screen. I just had to say that. I just had to say that. Did y'all hear what I'm saying? But if I pair them with a financial advisor and their ass don't, okay, Shaniqua, and their ass don't show up for the meetings, what should I do then? What should I do then? Because I know what I'm dealing with, Shaniqua. I'm just telling. Did y'all hear what I just said? Ain't nobody commenting, man. Woo, y'all kidding me around here. Matt. For me to keep getting them raises, here. I know the dude said he was going to get, he didn't give it. How much it shut you up? How much it shut you up right now? How much it shut you out to get me through this season? How much right now, I know he done promised you that. He ain't getting it. I'm finna come out my own pocket. Matt, y'all ain't listening to me. Y'all, tell me when y'all get back. Tell me when y'all get back. I ain't talking to nobody today. Where's Sonya at? Where Mindy at? Where's my other Sonya? Matt! Thank you, Herb Baker. Matt! Matt! If I keep winning, I'm gonna get another extension. Matt! What's wrong with these selfish, stingy ass coaches? Dude, I don't care if I'm orange, brown, or green, coach. You talking about the white folks ain't coming out. Well, ain't worry about no white people coming out of no pocket. I'm talking about if Robert Hatter, big coach, you talking about, well, the white coaches don't want, they ain't coming out of their pocket, so what? I ain't worried about their ass, big coach. I'm trying to keep my job over here, sir. I can't do nothing about what them do. White people got the complexion for protection for the collection. Let me repeat it. They got the complexion for the collection and for the protection. I don't know what happened. I'm going by the article. I'm talking about, yes, Matt Meyer. Yes. I'm sitting here. I'm going. I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm going through the article. Then I go to the NBA a little bit. Y'all got to help me with this one. Y'all got to help me. I need your help. I need your help. I need some more people. I need some more. I need some more. Hey, do me a favor. And I don't know, you might can't text tag and tell somebody because I need some more people. But I was thinking about Anthony Edwards the other day. I saw him. He was fined $75,000 a week ago for talking about the officials, and that didn't work. But then he was fined $100,000 a couple of days ago for using profanity during a live it's the Houston Rockets, a live telephone. Hold on, let me see if I got it. Because I'm getting, y'all might like this, but I don't. Share the show. Watch this. Let's see. Watch this.
Threw that big shot at the end.
All I knew was the play was for Drew to go 14, small pick and roll. Once he picked it up, I mean, who else? I got to go get it. Shit. And Kill found me. He cut me off. I'm like, shit, I'm going for the win. Like Gilbert Arenas said, I don't do overtime, so fuck it.
Threw that big shot at the end.
All I knew was.
Y'all know what's funny about this to me? He got fined $75,000 for criticizing the refs, for using inappropriate language and then describing the refs. But then on Christmas Day, they mic'd this crazy ass dude up for the NBA broadcast. And one of y'all said that's the face of the league in the future. I'm going to flip something. Did y'all see what Victor Wembanyama playing chess in the park in New York City? A little rainy outside, a little cold. It went viral. Can this guy save the league? By doing little things like that. Hey, Ayana, I miss you. Happy holidays. He did that because he simply gives a hoot. He gives a crap. I'm not going to say the word I want to say because I can't cuss no more, Ayana. Why is it more star players? I'm not talking about the rank and file guys. But why isn't it that most star players don't get that, hey, this is a part of my job to sell this sport on the interviews. All of us getting paid all this money because all of us are part of it. There's a disconnect between the players of now and then, and I think that social media has a part in it. Everything is revolved around these players right now is you can't make me. That tone is you can't make me. You can't make me play. You can't make me promote the game. You can't make me do interviews. You can't make me. I think that's large in part. Maybe there's very little respect for the generations past that helped build the game to where it is today. Where now you can get $200 million max contract on your rookie extension. You just couldn't do that. Ain't had nothing to do with you. You ain't that good. When y'all see these people getting these extensions, they ain't that damn good. It's because of what the guys did before them. And that's what and it's what the market given. And then when you say something, everybody think you're hating. When the old guys say something, they hating. Everything is with an attitude to you can't make me do something. You can't make me play in the All-Star game. And the elder said, man, I thought we just come to the All-Star game to play to have fun. I ain't trying to be out here and be serious. Somebody around you ain't told you some of the greatest moments in NBA history has happened in an All-Star game? Absolutely. If he talking about, do you think if the money wasn't guaranteed, the attitudes would be different? Absolutely. It would be different. You know, it's like there is so much resentment that today's players have, whether it's against the league, whether against toward the media, to some degree. This is the only grace, y'all. Okay, this is the only grace I give them players. I'm gonna give them. They're burnt out from playing too much basketball at very young age. So by the time they get to the NBA, it's no longer, man, I'm playing because I love this. They've been businessmen at the point from when they're 15 years old. Where my girl Shaniqua at? 15. Look, Mikey Williams, businessman at 15 years old. So I think we're seeing a lot of burnt out and unhappiness. And when I tell y'all, listen to me. Listen to me. These guys got a whole lot of money. But the majority of those guys are very, very unhappy. And I know you said, well, I want to be unhappy like that. Maybe. You know, because I never get the lady, Gucci lady said, I'd rather be crying in a Rolls Royce than happy on a bicycle. Ayana. But that's the only grace I give them players. Because there are a lot of withdrawals that have been taken from the league. and not a whole lot of deposits. And someone need to straighten that out. See, I'm old enough to remember when people said the same thing about the guys in the 2000s, about that generation of guys. They didn't respect the history of the game. The other side said these guys are just hating because we getting $100 million contracts now. And part of me, y'all, part of me says, I don't think it's disrespect for the league and disrespect for the elders. I think it's understanding. Y'all got to get this. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to get it. Hear this. I think it's understanding that this money didn't come out of nowhere. See, I'm gonna give y'all this for free today. Guys, talking to the NBA guys, we're doing a thing here. I don't know if you know this. We are not just going out and playing basketball. We are doing a thing here. All of us part of each other. We are packaging this thing, the NBA, and we're selling it. So when I put you on an interview, we're trying to sell it, not cuss every voice, and not talk about the three-point shot, and not talk. We got to sell it. Somebody said, it's funny you said that I had to scale back this would deal with. Yeah. Y'all, somebody just told me, I know, Mr. Hatt, I know what you're talking about. Hold on. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy, I'm in a subject right here. Let me finish it and then we'll get in. But I think, y'all, it's the understanding that, like I said, this money didn't come out of nowhere. Talking about the NBA. We're trying to sell this package. We are selling the NBA package to the world. And part of the selling it to the world is listen, even if you have to pretend, if you don't believe it, let's pretend. It would be nice if you did believe it, but we have to at least pretend we love this thing, NBA players. Because you're going to kill your goose that's laying this golden egg. Now, I'm just telling y'all. Remember, I'm telling y'all this in 2000. I'm getting ready to in 2005. Because I'm hearing Madison Avenue. You got to pretend you love every part of this game, players. We love it when the fans are crowding around the buses. When you leave the arena. You got to start loving it when you get to the All-Star game and play. You got to start loving Jimmy, when they meet the sponsors. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm hearing this now. You got to do like Wemby. I'm going to Washington Square Park in New York and just play chess with strangers. He gets it. I love giving a kid a jersey. Other day, little kid came up talking about he wanted to sign his son. He said, nah, he took off his jersey and get Wemby did it. He's selling this thing. He might get tired, but he's selling it. You have to do it because NBA, we're doing a thing here. Other people can criticize it. Now listen, it's all right for the fans to criticize us. This is the ultimate game the ultimate gift for the fans. They can say whatever they want to, the fans can. But my problem is, and I'm going to tell y'all in just a second, y'all can say the Rockets are awesome every game, they're terrible every game. Fans, you can say that. But because you don't have the responsibility like the media does. who benefits and get a paycheck because of the NBA. But those who work in the league, who work at the front office, who work in the NBA, who work for an NBA team, and those who are the media that cover the NBA teams, it's everybody that touches the NBA and gets a check and get compensation from them, that they have the fiduciary duty to take care of this game. In the same way, if I ask a guy, what do you think of this Gucci sweater? He said, man, it's overpriced. That cashmere wool ain't worth about $20, $25 for that sweater. And I think you'd have paid $800 for that green and red stripe on it. It's a waste of money to me. That's fine. Now, make that a Gucci employee saying that. Then it's not fine. I'm sick of these players in this media who benefit and get rich from covering the NBA, talking negative about the NBA. Why? Because we're doing a thing, all of us doing a thing. And it's staggering to me, Jimmy, how many people and the coaches and the media seem to be oblivious to the fact, ladies and gentlemen, that we're all doing a thing here. We're seeing a product, and yes, and I'm one of the people who love the product. I love the NBA, and I think it's great. But even if you are one of the dissenting voices in the media, there's a stage for that too. There's a platform for that too. But it's an internal one. Do it on the inside of yourself. It's not one that you're going around telling people how much the league sucks and you working in the league and you benefiting from it. Y'all, there's an NBA superstar, I ain't gonna call his name, that is not doing any one-on-one interviews with nobody outside of the media scrum this season. You would be completely shocked who it was. But I was sworn not to tell you. But y'all know what? There was a quote, James Baldwin quote, that he used about America decades ago, about criticism. He said, I love America more than any other country in the world. And exactly for this reason, I insist on the right to criticize her perpetually. And I take that, even when I criticize and I talk about the NBA about certain things, but I'm coming from a place of love because I love the game. And I want the game to get better. I know what the game has done for me and my family. I want it to get, and people can receive criticism better because they feel like it's coming from a genuine place. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many people that criticize the NBA and y'all listen to them. And they don't even like the NBA to begin with. Y'all remember we was talking about the Christmas Day ratings? There was a lot of conversations about the ratings. News story came out that the NBA saw an 84% jump in Christmas rating for the numbers for the past 5 years. This is in spite what they were going up against. They was going up a Christmas slate of NBA, NFL football, and Beyonce. They had to put Beyonce on this day. I got to hand it to the NFL. They have a lot of moxie. And they went forward and they went hard. And I appreciate that. And I said that. But I thought the NBA, we got 5 excellent games on Christmas Day. Not 5 good games, 5 excellent games on Christmas Day. The product to me is stronger than ever. And I'm going to continue this tomorrow because I got a couple more points I want to make. But we got to stop listening to what somebody say on Twitter. And we just take it, keep repeating it, and keep repeating it, and keep repeating it. It becomes an echo chamber. You'll keep repeating it. It'll be the biggest lie in the world, but if you keep repeating it, it'll become reality. What's up, Jimmy? What you got, buddy? Hold up, let me unmute you because I didn't want to hear all that paper rattling. I know how you be here. Hold up, but what's going on, Doc?
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Long weekend. Now we got to rinse, wash, and repeat. Of course, New Year's is on the Wednesday, just like Christmas was. So it's gonna feel like a funny week. It's gonna feel like a weekend come come Tuesday evening. But man, lots of sports, of course, in the area. Somebody asked me a question about it. Michael Garcia addressed that first. He says, Jimmy, how can the Rockets get the Houstonian De'Aaron Fox in the trade? Um, be careful what you wish for. Not many players get to come home and prevail. Not many. You can count them on one hand. You know, LeBron, he's a free space in bingo. But there aren't many others who were able to go home and move the needle like that. And De'Aaron Fox, of course, what would you give up? Like, I don't know. The Rockets are in good shape. They have improved a great deal. They are in like third seed right now if the playoffs were to end today. Why the hell would you think the Rockets are good? They're in good shape. Because now what they do now is just to keep improving the value of other players. That way, now going through this, I don't see no reason for the Rockets to make a trade. They're deep at every position, interchangeable. I mean, of course, point guard. Think about it. Even if Van Fleet was to go out, remember last year, Green ran some of the point. Green is still there, the young fella. So trust me, be easy. There are many other teams that have way farther problems. Rockets ain't one of them. They've
Third
showed you
seed. You're
tough.
absolutely right.
They've showed you toughness. They're tough. You want them to squabble. You want they back. They have each other's back. Think about it. They ain't scared to squabble. That's one of the first things because they. I mean, one thing you
But
can't
most
talk
teams don't
about.
squabble no more, Jimmy. So I don't even put that in there.
Well, but understand the Rockets had a bruiser when they got the young fella from Memphis, and he was already an antagonizer,
Okay.
right? So you get him. He's already went out there and lived up to. He's playing with house money right now. Then it spilled off on some of the teammates. Hell, Amir Thompson, ain't nothing wrong with that. You getting your butt whooped, but at the same time, you getting your butt whooped, you slang him down. But guess what? If you're gonna put him, if you're gonna make contact, put him on their ass. And then guys come off the bench, got each other's back. The coach has gotten kicked out of it. They are in good shape. I don't understand why, especially as volatile as the Western Conference is. I mean, man, take away OKC Thunder. Take away, they're playing the most consistent brand of basketball in the Western Conference. Take them away. Guess what? They're the team to beat. The rest of those guys in a series, Rockets ain't chopped liver. Any one of those other teams in a series. So, I mean, that's that on that. Don't throw them out the window yet. Just because you want to see Darren
I mean,
Fox
he just asked. He
expand
just
the other
asked.
fact.
I mean, that's a good because people have been throwing it out there. So that's a good question to ask. That's a good question to ask.
I mean, yeah, like I said, just who are you trying to give up for him? You're trying to disrupt something that it took a whole year to build. Chemistry, you can't just mix sugar and throw some stuff in a bowl and stir it up and just get chemistry.
Hit one for you, Jimmy. I'm gonna let you finish with him.
He said, can't believe he just said that about Fox. We put up with Daniel House for years. Why wouldn't we put up with Fox? Daniel House was not a primary player. Daniel House was a secondary player who should have been should have been glad.
Where is he now? I don't think he's in the league.
He's not in the NBA. He's not in the NBA right now.
Wow. But keep going.
Daniel House should have been, understand, Daniel House, people know that's inside the loop. Come on, he's a great young man, but Daniel House, remember, he had problems from his personal life, seeped up into the media when he was with the Rockets. He wasn't a happy camper. Ain't nothing wrong with him trying to remember, that was a time when I guess guys
don't
like
even talk about that, Jimmy. That ain't even worth talking about. Look over
Clint Capella. Clint Capella
yeah.
wanted it back. A lot of those guys want it back. But that De'Aaron Fox is a primary. He's an NBA All-Star. That is a different type of role that we're talking about. We're not talking about bringing Gerald Green back to the Rockets or guys like that. Yes, Gerald Green didn't move the needle like that. For him, he did. Not for the Rockets. He was a role guy. We're talking about superstars to come and play, go back home. How did it work for Paul George? You know, how Westbrook did it twice.
Seem to be working out for Harden though.
Well, the book ain't over yet.
But we just talking about right now.
No, I understand.
He
Harden didn't just get there. Harden was there last year, had her too. So Harden has to excel and move this team and move. Remember, they didn't make the playoffs last year.
They in sixth spot right now without
right now
arguably their best player.
He has to move. He has to move them into the playoffs and pass whatever they was before he got there. You have to leave a team in better shape.
Well, that's easy because last year they didn't do nothing. Clippers didn't do nothing. They wasn't in sixth place last year.
Yeah, true that. But when he arrived before last year, Adam. So you got to leave him not last year, but better than when you arrived. When they arrived, they were rumored to be right on the cusp. On the cusp. I don't know. Look up their record. What is?
I ain't got to look up their record. I know they wasn't that good when he arrived.
They wasn't
because everybody kept getting hurt
last year.
That's why they get rid of Paul George. Yeah.
But the whole team was quote unquote hurt.
Yeah.
Last year. If you know, when I say the whole team, meaning Paul, PG, and of course the Claw. So you know, one of the things we'll see how this goes. A lot of basketball left to play in this season.
Yeah.
And one team I am not worried about is the Rockets, who are 10 games over 500 right now. Come on, man. They were a 500 team last year. That's a plus 10.
Yeah.
If you look at the plus or minuses.
Yeah.
You know, come on. No.
Pretty good team, man. I wouldn't touch this team right now. I wouldn't touch it.
The ticket sales, of course, they're not. You're not going.
They've been selling out, Jimmy. I didn't realize that. Yes.
I'm talking about on the road.
No, at home.
Yeah, I'm talking about. I was about to say they're not selling out anything on the road.
No,
yeah, at home the tickets.
You ain't got nobody. Yeah.
Now that New Orleans game about 2 weeks ago. Guess what? Nobody's going to see New Orleans Pelicans on the road, especially with Zion not playing. So they
ain't no drawing card. But Jimmy, long as they maintain and selling out at home, they all right. Shit,
they're in good shape. They're in good shape. And what else we man?
That man said James Harden and Norman Powell are the best players on the Clippers roster. Herb been smoking, man. Let's go to the next subject. I ain't gonna even talk about that. Kawhi Leonard is the baddest on that roster. But keep going.
And speaking of basketball, University of Houston starts Big 12 conference play tonight at Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Who the coach there now? I don't keep up with no more since they fired my boy.
Lutz is the coach at Oklahoma State now.
Oh, Lutz used to be at Corpus. I like Lutz. He came on the show he came on the show talking shit and I got in his ass. Yeah.
He came on the show a couple of times.
Yeah, I like old Lutz.
He was at Purdue as an assistant. He gets, during the Carson Edwards run, and also, but what I was going to say, as far as the University of Houston, this is a big game to start to get on pace because they've been kind of shaky in regard to not possessing that knockout punch, that offensive knockout punch. The defense has been the defense. They've been smothering guys. A couple of games they lost guys. What do U of H have? About 5 losses this year? Yeah, 2 of them was overtime. Remember,
Jimmy. So you think a knockout punch is your equivalent of a closer? That what you mean?
Being able
they
to
don't have a closer.
Out and being able to, your defense, it's like in football. When we're talking basketball, but it's like in football, if your defense is containing and keeping the other teams out of the red zone, out of the end zone, offense got to bring and put up. And the Cougars often have been so predictable on offense. Other guys have to find ways to get their hands on balls and put that ball in the hole to take the pressure. You guys understand come on. You guys know basketball. Who's the main scout every freaking game for the U of H Cougars?
LJ.
The main scout is LJ Cry. He's arguably the shortest player on the team.
Yeah.
And so guess what? And he's the main scout. That is not an easy task. And to still be able to lead the team in scoring, that is not easy to do.
No.
Going against potential pros all around the world. Meaning some of these guys that won't make it to the NBA, which most of them won't, will be playing probably overseas or in the G League. These guys, this is serious basketball. So this young man has to come up. Somebody has to take that pressure off of him. Just as LJ Cry took the pressure off Sasser. Just as Sasser took the pressure off Shed. JLJ took it off Shed. Shed took the pressure off Sasser. Right? Sasser took the pressure off Rob Gray. And who was it? Rob? No, it was a kid, the long fella that played in the NBA, the long guard. But anyway, you guys get what I'm saying. Or Sasser took the pressure off Quentin Grimes. You want to go there with that? It goes on and on. You got to be able to take that pressure off. So hopefully the Cougars can start Big 12 play. Remember, they were first in this conference, so they have a big, huge bullseye on their backs this year.
Jimmy, what do you think about? Because he keep bringing up Arsenal. He could be what is about Arsenal with me?
I think one of the blessings. Well, understand he was injured a lot, and he's overcome his injury. So we assume he's about 85-90% healthy. He's back in that role. Arsenal's ability to be consistent. Remember, he just scored his career high, I think, about a week ago. I think it was 16 points. That's his career high at U of H. Can you guys believe that? That's his career high. He just touched that just last week. Terrence Arsenault has to be more consistently assertive. We know he's going to defend, but taking the pressure off, being able to get up on that glass and get his hands on some balls, put a couple of people in the rim, and then guess what? His life can change. I think his name was on a couple of draft boards when he was a freshman. And I think that probably somehow that everybody can't respond and can push through that. I think that made him change a little bit. But yes, yeah, and thank you, Mr. Williford. Giroux was the guard I was talking about in regard to the U of H a while ago. But yes, I think. But Arsenal, this is his time. Basically, right now, it's put up a shut up time for Arsenal. Now, however, on the streets, the word is Arsenal may not be returning to the Cougars next year. Maybe in that portal.
Shit, I saw that fire coming in like that too. I wouldn't return either.
They got some fire coming through. They got some fire coming in.
What?
Yeah.
If you don't feel like you want to compete with that fire.
But you're going to compete with other fire when you go.
I know, but you rather go. You know. I mean, sometimes, man. Sometimes change is good.
For some people, I mean, it's the new now. So it ain't like nowadays. Even coaches know you can't. You beg them to come, you got to beg them to stay. Nowadays, guys are going to get the bag. Would Arsenal, be able to go to a system that would help?
But we shouldn't say that because it's just rumored. I don't like to put out stuff like that. I don't like to put out stuff like that. We'll see.
Well, I mean,
we'll see.
I mean, these. I'm quite sure that in today's society, with as many people that are on these staffs nowadays, and especially when you're talking about a team like U of H, whose most of their players and then most of their coaches are either from Texas, well, of course, I'm talking about have coached and have homes before they were coaching in either Texas or Louisiana. Most of those guys before they came on staff, many of them was that. So they are supposed to know and hear these rumors when they're out there. That's what some of those guys, some people on staff, their job is just follow through social media. Some people just follow and keep their ear to the street. They know that. Now the thing is, keep them focused and understand.
Well, that's next year. Ain't nothing we can do about it next year.
Yeah.
Shit, let's finish this year.
And if you want to get you a bag, young man, perform with this University of Houston jersey on. And then let the chips fall where they may. Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Jimmy, somebody already been talking to that boy.
Somebody was talking to that boy. And
that's what happened.
And like I say, this stuff is in the streets, right? It's in the streets. in Beaumont.
You got to realize now, y'all had him projected to be one and done. People were talking about one and done and all that old kind of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I just said a while ago. His name got on the draft board and things changed. You did that fire wasn't the same.
Jimmy, speaking of draft board, Jimmy, watch this. I'm glad you're here. Jimmy, I pulled this out. You know, and they worded it right, but y'all don't understand. We messing with little kids now, man. Hold on, man. I saw something, Jimmy. And whoever, I don't know these people, and I'm not trying to talk about them, but I saw this, Jimmy. And I cover my face up.
Wow.
Why you got to put Future Pro on this kid like that? Why, whoever these people, I don't know who these people are, but why?
I don't follow all you do is connect the dots, and you follow sometimes if you guys follow the dots.
Okay.
And you can go and see if this is, how many times does this social media outlet mention Evan Cochran's name? And if it is a familiarity or a consistent degree of him mentioning his name, then you can connect dots, because that means you automatically, when you think of a kid, he goes to the village school. That school is primarily known for their chess team or their debate team. They're not necessarily known as a basketball power. They do have a decent basketball program.
What school? What school?
The village school.
Oh, he at the village. Okay. All right.
Where he
attends
high school. They're known primarily for, if you look on their website, for their, I think either chess or debate.
But Jimmy, I'm not even worried about all of that. I'm just saying we got to be careful when we post that and people listen to that. And I thought I can educate people. Y'all, you need to stop that. Future Pro. Leave that out. Just say Evan Cochran, Rice commit. And leave it there.
Saying pro, we went through this stuff before. When people use the word pro, they're not talking about Australia.
I know what you're talking about.
Europe. They're talking about NBA, and they'll hedge it. And then when the kid don't make the NBA and go over to one of those countries, and then they'll say, "Well, yeah, I told you he was going pro." So let's not. We had this conversation many times before. It's just that we give Ada. You just said a while ago about stop listening to so much post on tweets and all that without
That's why I posted it.
Okay. You just gave somebody some power. You gave power to the powerless.
Well, guess what? If that's the way, that ain't how I felt about it.
Power to the powerless.
I educated some people on here to understand. Quit putting that. When you see stuff like that, cut it out. I don't consider I gave nobody no power. The people who listen to him give him the power. What I did when I saw it, I said, whoa, no, don't do that. Don't do that. So I might have powered his ass to stop doing it. So if I did that, I did my job.
So speaking of college basketball, man, news that's on the wire, of course, a half dozen ex-Florida State players have filed a lawsuit against current head coach Leonard Hamilton.
We talked about that. You can just give your view of it, but we talked about that for about 30, 20 minutes. But you can give your view on it.
My quick take on that is that my question mark is based on sifting through the filed lawsuit. I remember saying, don't just take the article, go a little further, guys. If it piques your interest at all, go a little further and try. And the complaint or the document is on social media. Hell, because the plaintiffs, the plaintiffs' lawyers have already made comments and been vocal on social media. So my thing is this: there's enough documentation and text messaging from the guy that's with the collective, way more, and there's no text messages basically that's incriminating for Coach Hamilton then why isn't the other guy? Why is Coach Hamilton the only one in the lawsuit right now? That's the part. That's the red flag to me. Why is he the only one named in there? And they have in the article and in the writing and in the court documents, there's another person's name all through it. And the collective. Why isn't the collective? That's where the money is supposed to come from, supposed to have come from. Why isn't they in the lawsuit? So those are things that that piques my interest in regards to this suit. It's going to be interesting because I would assume that it's going to probably be settled. I would assume. Coach Hamilton was already been rumored he was going to probably lay it down, but it smells like, if you ask me, the reason that other guy's name is not in the lawsuit, Howard, is because he could be, possibly be, or have assisting or willing to assist with the opposition. So we'll see how this thing goes, man. I hope hope these guys, if this was the case, hope the young fellas get their bread. At the same time, if Coach Ham, I can see him Nino Brown in this thing. He ain't for go down by himself on this. Y'all, at Florida State, you're not gonna let Ham hang out to dry on this stuff.
Jim, always remember this is not a criminal complaint. This is a civil complaint.
Yes.
Because they want money. When you want money, that's a civil complaint. So it ain't like Hamilton finna go to jail. Ham finna go to jail. It's just that it's a civil complaint. So it's unique, man. And I just, I hate it for Ham, but hey, let me tell you something, Ham, go and get out of here. Because if you don't, I went through so much, but I don't want to go over rehash the stuff that I went over the whole time, Jim. I rehashed that thing because I don't understand why. What else you got?
That's the thing on that. Also, high school basketball. Give you a little dose of that. Don't forget. Shout out to Atascocita High School. They are in Arizona, Mesa, Arizona, where they have won both of their games. It's refreshing to hear a local team, go on out of state and start to proceed to progress towards running the table. That's not.
So when does the tournament end?
Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right there out of school. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday. No,
how did Bel Air do up there?
Bel Air went up to Arkansas.
Yeah.
Sheldon Henderson made his return back to the hardwood. I know they won one game. I know they lost one game. I don't even know what happened after that. I know they won one, lost one. You guys in the Boom Boom Room can supply the other results. As far as Bel Air High School, I could definitely find out. But I after they lost that one game, then the fears was out to me because this thing is Bel Air with Sheldon. Remember, I explained Sheldon Henderson with Bel Air. They have the ability, the capability. They possess the capability to possibly win 4 straight games. So I think they can get out this region. The dominoes would have to fall right for them to get out this region, but they possess the ability or the talent to stop any other team from this region from getting past them. But they can turn around and they're not consistent enough. They don't have enough reps with each other. At this point, they're on the back on the short end of the stick compared to other teams for as minutes played together. Well, see, the district is not going to test them. You see, so therefore, playing it, this is going to be this Arkansas stretch is probably the toughest stretch that Bel Air is going to face until they get into the playoffs. So they don't know they're going to be. This means that starters are going to be playing fragmented minutes, and even when you're playing, you're going to be playing against far inferior talent. A bunch of future intramural players that you're going to compete against in district play. So therefore, you really the best they're going to get is probably practicing against each other or going in the morning times or going with Lucas. But do you still do that at the same rate, knowing that you are nursing the back injury? You have to lighten up your workload at some degree if you want to finish this season on a healthy note. So that's it in regards to Bel Air. Also, uh, Shadow Creek went up to Dallas this past weekend. Them and Summer Creek, and Shadow Creek was ousted in the second round, I think, and went finished fifth place. Had to face Summer Creek for the second time this season, and knocked them off. I think in the fifth place game. So I did not, of course, I didn't go. That was at Allen, Texas, and Allen High School. Where
Oh,
that
they played.
tournament was.
Oh, they played in the fifth place game against each other.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's in regarding that. Now, also, this past weekend, as Herb Baker just mentioned in the Boom Boom Room, team from Washington D.C. Eastern High School was in town at the C. King. Uh, they called the Beltway Holiday Classic, and C. King. I got over there and watched them on Friday evening. C. King knocked off the team Eastern High School. They were winning by double digits comfortably in the second, third quarter. Then uh, uh, the team came back, and then just C. King held on to win. I put details in the VIP news on rcsports.com. Lastly, regarding the high school basketball, uh, the Vite tournament, I got a chance to watch Billy White the third. Put eyes on him this past weekend. He is arguably the top player in the state of Texas for the class of 2026. I say that again. He's arguably the top. He is the best prospect in Texas for the class of 2026. He's the best prospect.
Now, what school?
And
I couldn't hear
at
it.
Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial High School.
Okay.
They were undefeated when they came into town, and they ended up undefeated when they left town. They beat Katy Jordan in the championship. I think it was a single possession outcome. But I watched Billy White on Friday. He scored. He dropped. I watched him. He's 6'8", Howard, 6'8". I watched him drop 8 threes on Friday, 8 3-pointers, and fluid in the flow of the game. And this team, of course, is undefeated, and this kid Billy White is something to watch. That was also this past weekend. Went down there to the Alamo Bowl as we get ready to land this plane. Just got a chance to see the young fellas from Colorado, Draylon Miller, and a couple other young fellas from the state of Texas as they got their heads beat in by BYU. BYU rolled deep, Howard. You didn't see them out there in the bars now because a lot of them people don't drink as much. A lot of their fans don't sip as much as normal fans do. But boy, they don't know where they was hiding out at. They showed up in that Alamo Dome. And that game, they announced it in the fourth quarter that the Colorado BYU game is the second largest crowd in the history of the Alamo Bowl, that involved two colleges from out of Texas, from out of state. So of all the Alamo Bowls that involved two teams from out of state, this was the second largest crowd. It was over 64,000 present at the Alamo Dome. And that great experience, man, down there. And of course, got a chance to, experience and see them play. That was on the bucket list. And of course, Sandra wanted to check them out as well. So we got that done. Other than that, man, we can go and slide on down Dino's back and get ready to land this old plane on this New Year's Eve of 2024. You guys make sure you be careful out there and be safe out there. Remember, the funeral services for Walter Yates Jr. is this Saturday. And we'll give you the details. Of course, they're on social media. Provide the actual details for you guys on tomorrow on the Chop Shop. But meanwhile, looking at some of the comment, got a whole slew of text messages from the show. But anyway, I'll address a lot of you guys' questions and comments on tomorrow. We got to get up out of here. We want to make sure to share the show on your way out the door. Give us a good share if you would on your way out the door. Don't forget, there are a couple, I think it's only 1 or 2 bowl games taking place today. And you know, it's a lot of stuff to keep you busy on television. Meanwhile, in U of H and Oklahoma State tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time, Big 12 action is tipping off. Meanwhile, we up out of here. And for Robert out of this Jim Hicks piece, Chop Shop, it's time for me to go get some work done.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live.